Welcome YouTubers. Today we're going to talk about crab trap repairs and my crab traps. We have crab season starting next week, and I'd like to talk about how I got all my crab traps ready to go and repaired. The first pair of crab traps I have are these Promar collapsibles. They're very lightweight. They're made out of netting. They have a very good design. They, I really like their entrance and the way it ramps. And most particularly what I like about it is if you look at it, it has a good angle to it. It has a back sweeping angle here. And it works, the trap works really well because it has a nice ramp feature and it has that angled sweeping entrance, which allows the trap opener to close easily, and really traps the crabs well. This trap has always done me well. It's caught a lot of crab, works very well. It's lightweight. It collapses and stows like this, and which makes it very easy to pack around. Problem is that these traditional nets, get chewed up with long soak times with crab. They're although they work well, they don't last very long, and you got to repair them. So what I had to do is I had to repair them. I got a net repair needle and some twine and some netting and a net repair needle, and basically stitched all the netting, repaired all the holes, got them back to a functional condition. And there's some good YouTube videos on net repair, and I just followed those, and it worked out okay. My first job wasn't too pretty, but it'll work. But I don't think I'm going to use these traps. I really like these traps. They're about $80. They're kind of expensive. You got to weight them down because they don't have much weight to them, so you have to put lots of weight on them. But they work good. They just don't last very long. And this trip here, we're going to do some long soak times, so I don't think that these traps will be the right traps for this job, but I love those traps. My other traps I have are these styles of traps. These are commercial grade style traps. The problem is they didn't catch a lot of crab, and I'll go in that after a while, but they have long soak times, stainless steel rebar, heavy, hold at the bottom. I still weight them down, but they just didn't catch a lot of crab. And so the purpose of the video really is to explain how I repair those to see if we can catch some more crab with them. The other style of crab, and those are about $100 to $120 a piece. Yeah, you can get them on the internet for $100, and down at maybe West Marine for $120. These are the other style. Not sure how well they work yet. Haven't worked a lot of them. And they have 4 doors. They have a trap door here on all 4 sides, and an easy access open here. And they're about $25. They collapse down too, and they collapse down to this size right here. So I have 4 of those, and so they're very easy to stow. They're very cheap. They say they catch quite a bit of crab, so if you're a beginner crabber, these are probably the style of crab traps you want to look at. Unless you're kayaking or something, or at a car, then you maybe want to look at these. But these I think can have much longer soak times. They're steel, vinyl coated, so they should do pretty well. I'm just a little suspect about these gates. I think what I'm going to do is add a little weight right here so that they close a little better than that. Aside from that, I think they're we'll try them out and see how they work. So let's get back to our Willapa Bay commercial style crab traps. These commercial style crab traps, I love these traps. They're very tough. They're durable. They're heavy. I really think they're a good trap. Although they didn't catch a lot of crab for whatever reason, and they're made in China, so maybe their quality control is not quite so good, or they just don't understand crabs or what have you. But when I got these crab traps, these entrance tunnels. So this is what they call a round commercial style 2-tunnel design. 1 tunnel, 2 tunnel. Crabs come in here. There's a little ramp right here. They come up the ramp. They go in there. Once they get in, these gates keep them from coming back out. However, when I bought this thing, the gates, these gate tunnels were actually way down at the bottom here. This bar here was way down at the bottom. Way down at the bottom here. Maybe just above from the bottom. And they were vertical. Actually, this one was slightly forward. So the gate always was open when it was hanging. So I said, well, you know, these traps here, if you look at them, have a sloping or swept tunnel where the gate always closes better, and seems this one here always caught much more crab. So I said, well, I'm going to change this gate to match those gates, and I think, you know, with that I'll have a lot more success with these crab traps. So that's what we're going to try this year. So basically what it is, I cut these tie wires. See, these gates are stabilized by these 2 tie wires that pull them together. Here. So I cut these 2 tie wires out, and then what I did was I pulled these up higher, and then I wired them on these corners right here. I put there's 2 wraps and then twists of wire here, and I rewired this corner too, and this corner, pulling them up, and then I pulled them up and then swept them back so that they're closer here and further out down here so that they have an angle to it. Then I reinstalled these. I reinstalled these 2 wires, pulling them together, but now with the top swept back like this. So I used just a 040 aircraft stainless steel safety wire and some safety wire pliers, and I reinstalled all these wires. So I put 4 wraps on this wire here all the way around, and then I connected them together and twisted them. And then what I did, they're all ugly looking, so I grabbed a pair of vice grips right here, and I hooked it right here like this, and then holding this wire up, I then twisted it just right here to tighten this up so it'd clamp on and get it into the position I wanted to. And I did that to both sides. I twisted them both in the same direction. Then, after that was done, I came to the middle right there, grabbed that with the vice grips like this, and then twisted that around and kept twisting until they twisted up nice and clean and made a nice small wire. And plus it drew in the 2 gates and got them fairly tight. So now it's all reinstalled with the wires back, with these wires back in place, with the gates higher and swept up. Okay, so I made sure that the ramps were still good, and then I had a bunch of surplus material on the top, which I just kind of scrunched up in here like this. I may do a little tie. Actually, it holds pretty well just the way it is. And now we have that swept design, which I think raised up, so when the crabs come in, they come down in the bottom. When they come out, they can't get back to this entrance. And the only thing I don't like is, you know, these are not the greatest. They're very soft gates, and I may improve those gates or weight them or get some stronger, heavier grade wire here eventually. But we'll try this design. We'll see how it works. The only other thing I do is, of course, you know, everybody knows I'm in welding class. So what I do is I'll take this old weldment I get for free at the welding class. It's, you know, pretty much garbage. And I'll take my torch and I'll blow a hole right here. I'll put a hole right here so I can get zip ties through them. And then what I do is I mount them on the bottom. Hold on a second. I mount them on the bottom like this. And I zip tie them to the bottom, so when they sit down in the ocean, they grab that floor and they won't move, and the tides don't move them. And I do that to all the crab traps. So there you go. There's my repair scheme. We'll try this out, see how it works. If it's not working out, we'll try something else. The only thing I don't think it'll work out, and maybe these gates will probably need a little improvement, but there you go. Hope to see you out there. Hope to see you out there in Bodega Bay crab fishing. Thanks for watching.